Welcome, this is Amir from Tao Rhythm. Today I'm going to share with you some exercises that you could do on the chair. What you need is an upright chair and ideally with a low back. So these exercises you can do in any particular sequence, or you can just choose even one of them to do for yourself. And they're all good for your back and your hips. So yeah, we start with what's called the spinal cord breathing, which is bringing the hands into a kind of a soft fist. You breathe in, extend the chest forward, breathe out, curved round the back and bring the elbows and the arm parallel together. So you're breathing in and you breathe out. Always helps to smile, breathing in and breathe out. And I'll show you from the side. What's important is this curvature of the back. So you're breathing like this, breathe out, round the back, this area of the lumbar. So breathe in, breathe out. This is very good for activating this sacral pump here, which helps the spinal fluid move up towards the brain, which is very good for nourishing the brain and keep the brain nourished. And also, obviously, it's good for the back, keeping the back supple. The next exercise is called crane neck, and it's kind of similar to that, and it has similar function. So what you do is you breathe in when you're up, and then you bend down like this. And as you breathe out, you press the arms into the legs to get a bit more strength, and you come up like this. And I'll show you from the side. You're breathing up here, and you start breathing out. And as you push, notice again, we're opening this area of lumbar. What we want to do is this opening first before we come up. Because you see, I could come up like this, and that's wrong. We don't want that. What we want is not this curvature inward, but the outward curvature. So you breathe in, you breathe out. And you can use the strength of the arm. Look, if there wasn't any friction, my hand would be going that way because I'm pressing into the legs to emphasize these curvatures as I'm breathing out. So the breathing is as such. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And you could do this for up to a minute, as long as you can, if you feel comfortable. Even if you do it 2 or 3 times, that's still very good. Next exercise is basically twisting the spine. So what you do again, keep your hands on the knees. And as you breathe in, come forward, breathe out, go back. And I'm going to show you in sideways in a second. And we do this on both directions. So breathing in, breathe it out. And from the side, again, I'm breathing in, curving the back, breathing out, rounding the back. This is very, very good for keeping the back supple and protecting it from future injuries or anything. And you could do this literally for as long as you want. My teacher used to say you could do this for a whole hour. And I'm sure you could do it even longer. It's got no side effects. And as always, it's very nice to smile while you do these exercises, because smiling is a way of unblocking the energy and allowing it to flow throughout the body. So you breathe into the front, breathe out to the back. And after a few times, however many that you want to do, you can reverse direction. You still breathe into the front, but if you're going clockwise, you go anti-clockwise, and so on. In, out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And maybe when you first start doing it, you can't do this with this level of subtlety, but even if you just do this and slightly rock on the tailbone, so that again it releases the sacrum and the tailbone. So we don't want all of this stuff to become rigid down here. And if they are rigid, this will help loosen it up. So you do it up both directions. And the next exercise, all of these exercises, well, anyway, the next exercise, the hand stays again on the knees. This time we're gonna breathe in and come forward with the chest and the belly, and breathe out and roll back. Yeah, as you notice, most of these exercises are to do with the back, which is the central, most important part of the body. So from the side, you breathe in, you breathe out. Again, I'm using the strength of the arm to pull myself forward and back. Breathe into the front, breathe out to the back. You could try to move the chest to the wall opposite. That kind of gives you the direction of where the energy is going. And as always, remembering to smile. Smiling to every cell of our body, smiling to ourselves. Smiling to the environment. Brings everything into alignment with a good feeling. And again, you can do this for as long as you feel comfortable. And you may not be able to do this loosely and relaxedly at first, but just persevere with it. Even the smallest movement is better than to start off with, and you'll trust that your body will open. Excellent. From this exercise, if you're sitting like me on a chair that's got a high back, make sure you come and sit forward, or ideally even sit on a seat that's got a low back. But what we're going to do is twist with the elbows. So you place the hands on your shoulders, and the elbows, this line is parallel to the ground. So what we don't want is drooping arms. We just want them to be parallel. And then as you breathe in, you breathe into the left. And the way to remember that, that's the side of the heart. So you breathe into the left and you breathe out to the right. So this is what we're doing, is we're twisting the back. And the twist is the 60% of the movement of the back. And with the head, we're following the elbow. So we're looking at the elbow that's going towards the back. So you breathe into left, breathe out to the right. And you make sure you can do this. You could speed up this as the body opens. Again, trust your body. And trust that your body will learn by itself. So just get started and do what you can. And just always try and every time try to do just a bit better. So, and after you finish this, you might feel dizzy because this works on the liver, which is when it detoxes, the toxins come back into the bloodstream. And it might be that you feel dizzy. You know, if that's the case, you just look down a little bit for a few seconds and relax. So that's most of the upper part exercise. And there's a few simple exercises you could do as you're sitting down. You could place the hands again on the thighs and lift one leg up and down, and do this, let's say 10 times, or as often as you feel comfortable. Again, you breathe in, you breathe out. And then you could do the other leg. You don't have to lock the knees, they don't have to come up like totally straight. It's just the movement. Again, it facilitates the movement. You know, a lot of us work on the computers, so we're sitting down. So even if you're in an office and you can't, if you're too self-conscious and you don't want to like suddenly do a big yoga move, doing stuff like that, and it's inconspicuous, but you can start wherever you are, so it's very good. And then also you could hold the sides of the chair, maybe under your thighs, and lift both the legs at the same time. So you're breathing up, breathe out down, as if you're swinging the legs. And if you're doing this, you might find that this actually engages the core muscle. I have to go back a little bit, which is great. And again, even if you lift the feet a few inches off the ground, that's better than not doing it. And again, you don't need to lock the knees. You don't have to be a gymnast to do this. As long as there's movement, then it's not only working on the legs, it's also working on the core muscles, which is fantastic for your health and well-being. And lastly, you could bring, with the legs, you can bring the one leg on the other, and you could lift the knee up and down. You could synchronize that with the breath if you want, but it doesn't matter. You could just do long, deep breathing. Breathing in and breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then you could just lean forward on the knee, and that is very nice opening of the outside of the hips. If you are supple enough, you could even lift the legs up like this. This is very nice. Again, it's all to do with the hips, working with the hips. And then do the other leg. So you can lift it up and down a little. Bend down, opening, feeling the outside of the hips open. And again, you could lift the legs up like this from the knee and from the ankle, just to give some exercises. So this is really great. And now finally some movements with the hands. You could just breathe in up and breathe out and guide the energy down. So you expand, breathe in, connect with the energy of the sky, energy of the universe, and bring it down. Push it inside into the middle. This is the area where all energy we want to store. So in your mind's eye, gather some energy from above and press it down in the area behind the belly button. And again, gathering some energy from above. And press down. And again, gathering energy from above. And press down. And an extension of that is when we first gather energy from the earth. Breathing up, and now bring energy down. This is a different version. But what we're doing is mixing earth energy. So from here I gather earth energy, breathing in, still breathing in, and now breathing out. I'm bringing out sky energy. And what I'm doing is mixing all of these energies in the middle. So I'm kind of mixing, I'm gathering, bringing the earth energy up, bringing the sky energy down. As I'm doing that, these two mixing together, and I'll just keep going. I'm breathing up, breathe that down. And you could do this slower you do this, the better. So you're breathing up, long deep breath, and breathe that down, up, and down. And finally, you place your hands both on the belly and just breathe and concentrate with your mind's eye, looking down behind the belly button. And bring your focus and your attention and your consciousness down and relax. Thank you for watching. I hope this is of some benefit to you. And yes, I look forward to hearing your comments, and I'll If you like it, please share with friends.